Well, life for the islanders left at home as the soldiers went off to fight wasn't easy either. Rationing meant that people had to be a lot more imaginative in the kitchen to feed their families.
Yes, one keen cook, Jerseywoman Isabella Cale, collected recipes during the Great War from the people she met, writing them on scraps of paper. Her granddaughter has now transformed them into a cookbook.
And our reporter Charlie Frost has been cooking up some of those 100-year-old treats and finding out a bit more about the woman behind the recipes.
Keen cook Isabella Cale was born in St Helier on New Year's Eve 1886. When the Great War broke out, she travelled to Paris to be an interpreter at the American Embassy. It was here she began to take down recipes.
She collected them from the servicemen and the people that worked in the embassy and her friends and family in Jersey and in London, and she put them all together.
A mishmash of tips from France, America and Jersey. When the war was finished, Isabella wrote all she had collected out by hand. Now, 100 years on, Chef Mark Jordan and I are delving into her notebook.
Okay, so chocolate rock cakes. Tell me a little bit about what you make of this recipe.
I think it's kind of the same kind of road as chocolate brownie kind of style, but obviously a few years ago version. Ingredients are kind of the same, but I think they're using the cold coffee to actually bring the moisture into it. So I'm as aware of this as you are. So I think we should just start mucking it in and trying to see how it turns out.
Basic ingredients, no chemicals or flavourings. These century-old recipes require a sprinkling of imagination, as Isabella's granddaughter Anne found out when she rediscovered the notes and decided to transform them into a published cookbook.
The methods are there, but you've got to use your imagination on some of them because the temperatures might not be the same as what your cooker is. It just says a very hot oven. Well, you've got to work out what you're going to put it on, so it might not come out very well to start with, but you've got to play with it a bit. It should be good.
Here all day at this rate, won't we?
And without step-by-step instructions and some peculiar measurements like drams and gills, Mark and I were doing our best.
And add strong coffee.
So do we add the flour?
Okay. Making better flour than corn flour. They actually don't even tell you when to add the So we'll use it as like a creaming way of mixing. So we'll add a bit of coffee to that, and then fingers crossed we might have a what they call it? A chocolate rock cake.
Chocolate rock, right.
Let's hope it's only rock by the name, not by the nature of what it turns out like.
With a little bit of trial and error, we created as close to Isabella's rock cakes as we could.
I think they look all right, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Considering there's no method, or it's quite a loose recipe.
Yeah.
But I think we cook it about 180 degrees for about 10 or 12 minutes.
Lovely.
So let's go. Into the oven we go.
For Anne, creating the cookbook was a chance to feel closer to the grandmother she never met.
It's having that connection of actually getting that from the old one to what it is now. I think it's lovely.
And then for Mark and I, it was the moment of truth.
I'm pretty impressed.
The proof is in the eating.
Are they going to be really hot?
Definitely no sugar, as the recipe.
Tastes like bread.
Unseasoned chocolate coffee bread.
Coffee bread.
So without sugar, they were a little bit different to the foods we enjoy today. But Isabella's book does give us a flavour of what life was like 100 years ago. Charlie Frost, ITV News.
Yeah, words like different and interesting don't necessarily suggest delicious, but nevertheless, Charlie very kindly has brought some of these cakes back in for us, and Claire, you're going to
metaphorically
kick things off, aren't
rolling
you?
up my sleeves.
See what they're like.
Right, okay.
We haven't tasted these before, by the way, so these are proper reactions of tasting these for the first time. Dive in as well. Is that a positive?
It's kind of like a bread roll.
Yeah.
Bready.
Not getting much chocolate out of the chocolate rock cakes.
No, kind of. There is a cocoa-y element there, but I think obviously like no sugar. I'm guessing not much butter. You know, none of the good stuff, really. Unfortunately, I guess that's what rationing was about. It wasn't a lifestyle choice, wasn't it? It was a horrible time. But Mark and Charlie have definitely done as well as they could have done.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
I won't finish it because I have a job to do.
About 25, about 25 chews per mouthful, I think.
Exactly. Good value for money.
Filling.
Good value for money.